Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tucson on MetabolicMasterpiece.com. It's Thursday, May 21st. We're hitting legs hard today. Heavy strength focused workout. We're doing the leg press, some squats, some deadlifts. Gonna finish off with some shrugs. I like to do some heavy shrugs after doing deadlifts. Try to thicken up my traps. So that's happening in about an hour. I need to get some fuel in my body right now. I've already had a few cups of coffee, had my glass of warm water with creatine. Now I need to get some food in me. I haven't made protein pancakes in probably 3 months. They've been a staple of mine in the past. Just kind of got away from them as I've been eating more just plain eggs and egg whites for breakfast. So I'm really excited to try a recipe out today. Just something that I've made in the past. So I've got one mashed banana. I'm going to show you exactly everything I do. Mashed banana, 2 whole eggs, a scoop of protein powder, whatever brand you want. This one's just about running low. I got 1/3 cup of oats, some cinnamon, grease the pan with a tablespoon of coconut oil. The whole recipe is going to be about 650 calories, 640, 650 approximation within that range. So I'll show you everything I got here. Okay, so first things first, I mashed up the banana here. Now I've added the 2 whole eggs, the cinnamon. I'm going to mix that up. Now I've added the 1/3 cup of oats, and I'll mix that in there. Now I've added the protein powder. I'm going to mix that in there. And now I've added it to the frying pan. So I just got it cooking on low. I probably should have used a little bit smaller frying pan. This one is, I probably should have used that one. It would have been a little bit better. It's going to be a nice thin pancake, but it might be a little tough for me to flip. We'll see, we see how I do. Alright, so there we go. Nice and golden brown, high protein pancake. Can't wait to dive into this. If I felt like it, I may put a little bit of honey, some raw honey on there, but today I'm going to pass on that. Alright, so as I'm getting ready to eat this, I just want to talk a bit about my fat loss progress. I've been plateaued at 154 for the past 2 weeks, and there's a reason for that. I've been in a surplus for the past 2 weekends. This past weekend was an excessive surplus when we went camping and I had 7, 8 beers. I was eating chips like crazy, chocolate bars, a lot of junk. I included a lot of junk in there. And 2 weeks ago, then I went out with my son to A&W, had a couple burgers, some sweet potato fries, lots of desserts and treats all weekend long. So basically, I would get down to 154 by the Friday, and then over the weekend, eating a surplus, gain 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, and have to spend the next few days, spend the week trying to get right back down to 154, and then go away camping, eat in a surplus, go back up to 156, ended up having to spend the next few days getting right back down to 154. So that's been happening for the past 2 weeks, which has been out of the norm compared to the rest of my journey so far. And I'm cool with that. I'm like going for a slow and steady approach, not trying to kill myself. I don't have a massive deadline. So I'm still enjoying life, enjoying the process. And so a lot of people, I mean, they've been seeing the treats that I've been having. They'll see the picture of A&W, all the burgers and stuff, like, holy crap, how can you burn fat while eating all this junk? But they're only, if they look at that glimpse, that one little picture, sure, I can see why they would think that. But if you've been following, this is the big reason why I've been recording these videos daily, to show you what I've been eating. Throughout the week, I'm in a caloric deficit, so I'm eating very, very well. And even those days where, I mean, most days I am allowing myself a treat, it's a small treat, I'm still in a caloric deficit. So it's not so much about the foods that I'm eating, even though most of the time I'm eating whole, natural foods. It's that I am overall in a caloric deficit. So that's how I'm losing weight. So don't look at little snippets. You see someone eating a whole bunch of Pop-Tarts on Facebook or whatever, and everyone's posting all their big epic cheat meals. I've done the same thing myself, but I'm also sharing all the good healthy stuff that I'm eating. And I'm also sharing that I'm in a caloric deficit most of the time. Just a small caloric deficit, nothing too aggressive. And for the most part throughout this journey, when I've been in a surplus, it's been a slight surplus. When I go above and beyond that, like I did for the past 2 weekends, I don't lose any fat. I don't lose any weight. I kind of maintain my weight or fight to, I go in that surplus, gain weight, and have to fight to cut that weight back down again. So if I eat crap all the time, just like a, I guess, typical North American diet where they're in a caloric surplus and eating like crap, I'm going to gain fat just as much as anyone else will. And if I'm not in a caloric deficit, I'm not going to burn fat. It's really calories in versus calories out is the main objective that you should be going for. Sure, afterwards you can the main focus should be quality foods, nutrient-rich foods that are going to give you great energy, make you feel fantastic, but you don't want to be depriving yourself of some of your favorite treats and favorite foods. So I just want to be clear with that I mean, I've been making great progress. Fat loss has been very easy for me when I've been in a slight caloric deficit most of the week and then allowing myself to eat up to maintenance or a slight surplus 1 day per week. That's usually what I've been good. That's where I maximized my fat loss progress. Here, where I've gone a little excessive with the caloric surpluses, I don't lose weight and I got to fight to get it back. So I'm human. I'm normal. I'm just like everybody else. So that's one of the reasons I haven't shared progress videos for the past 2 weeks. First of all, I've been busy. Second of all, there hasn't been any progress to report. So I look forward to buckling down again, getting back to the routine that I was following leading up to the past couple of weeks where I've been eating a little bit too much. So I'm going to get back into that routine and I'll be recording a progress video very soon, next few days, to show you where I'm at. And I know I'll be making some steady progress over the next week or two. All right. Hey, see you behind the scenes footage for our leg workout, and I'll catch up with you soon.
All right, so we started our workout off with the leg press. I didn't make any progress there. My legs were definitely feeling sore from the previous leg hypertrophy workout. But by the third set, I was feeling a lot looser, had a lot more energy. So moving on to the squat here, I was able to bump up the weight by 10 pounds and perform the same amount of reps as I did last week. So that was a great improvement. I just felt better this week performing squats than I did last week. Getting some decent depth there. I mean, I'm pretty much working with my own personal range of motion there. I really can't go much deeper in the squat, even if I had no weight on the bar. And next we moved on to the deadlifts. And I'm going to get some tips and advice on my form here. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I'm not too far off from where I should be. This weight felt good. My grip strength was really sucking today. I mean, I got small fingers to begin with, and I had put some lotion on my hands prior to this because my fingertips have been cracked, I don't know, from a little bit colder weather. See, right there, I think my butt was a little bit too low, almost making it like a squat. I should be tucking my chin down while doing this, but really trying to catch my form more than anything. So I added on 10 more pounds and felt strong enough to do this, but again, grip strength suffered. I think that was a pretty good lift. I'm going to work on squeezing my glutes more at the top. I think that wasn't too bad. Yeah, I want to get a little more glute involvement in this. I'm also thinking of experimenting with the sumo squat and see what feels better. My main goal is to really try to work on my hamstrings. So that lift I don't think was very good, and my grip failed, so that's why I lowered it immediately. Here we got Sarah kicking some serious butt, literally, once again. So if you followed her video last week, you would have heard me talk about how Sarah, she's been shedding fat, but she doesn't want to lose her butt, so she wants to focus on gaining some more roundness to her butt. And so she's been following my advice from last week. I still think she should go a little bit deeper here. Not bad. A little bit slower would be good too. But she's been, I just love her energy and enthusiasm towards physique training. Really, really proud of what she's been doing.
Alright, so I'm going to have myself a little afternoon cup of coffee with 2 tablespoons of some extra rich chocolate milk mix. President's Choice. These are the same company that makes the delicious decadent chocolate chip cookies that I love. This is a tasty little treat. So it's just hot water in there with the instant coffee and 2 tablespoons of hot chocolate. So that's one of my favorite little treats, and I find coffee tends to curb my appetite a bit as well. I'm gonna have myself some leftovers from last night, some homemade fries, and some breaded tilapia, which had the breading is ground up oats, some Parmesan cheese, some sea salt, black pepper, and parsley. And Chief really wants some. Do you? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have myself a bowl of Nesquik as I'm watching the Montreal New York Ranger game.
Alright, so it is just about 10 o'clock. I'm not going to last the whole game, watch the first 2 periods of the game, and time for me to crash and get a good night's sleep. It's been surprising. For the past couple hours, my legs have been actually feeling great. So here this morning, my legs were feeling pretty sore, pretty tired, pretty fatigued, and it took me a little while to get warmed up during the workout today. And after lifting all that heavy stuff, my legs actually feel way better right now, and had a good walk with Chief too, so that probably helped with some little active recovery there. But all in all, just feeling fantastic right now. It's kind of nice to have that bowl of cereal. It tasted good. Good to get a little sugar in me, and ready to kick some butt again tomorrow. Alright, hope you enjoyed today's behind the scenes footage. Really enjoying, really surprised and enjoying the fact that I've been able to increase my weight during all 3 of those strength workouts this week so far. Now it's time to focus on hypertrophy for the remainder of the week. Catch up with you tomorrow. Have a great night.